hero. A very good lane support with that breathe fire, ice path, and what's his liquid fire. Vengeful Spirit coming out again for WSS. We do have Tusk being picked for PTFO. WSS must like the Vengeful Spirit, and they actually played really good with her. It does look like OG is banned out for WSS.
Radiant team ban.
Underlord being banned by PTFO.
Dire team ban.
Arc Warden. Another Arc Warden ban.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Sniper being banned by PTFO.
Dire team pick.
Tide Hunter.
We do have a tied pick by WSS saying, you know what, we're going to take this pick from you. So you can't pick them. I will say Tide Hunter had some pretty good ravages that game. The last game. So this will be interesting to see Tide Hunter on the opposite team. And how PTFO deal with Tide Hunter.
Radiant team pick. Puck.
Puck, a very nice team fighting hero.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Okay, so pick number 4 coming out from WSS. Does look like we have the off lane roamer and carry by WSS.
Dire team pick.
And it does look like they did pick a Luna. I do love watching a good Luna game, especially if you know how to farm properly. If you ask anyone that knows me, I will only pick farming heroes.
10 seconds.
Even supporting and roaming, I will pick farming heroes.
5 seconds.
Because farming wins games. I mean, as we saw last game, Murano won that game for the team because her farm kept up with Dusa. Yes, she was always a little behind Dusa, but that was because Dusa has great farming capability. Sorry. Gosh. I feel like I need to go to English class again. So we'll see how Luna fares. Juggernaut had a horrible game and a rough laning phase after they hit level 2 or 3. So we'll see how that works out for WSS. But as of right now, I am going to say WSS has the better draft.
Radiant team ban.
We do have Terrorblade. Ooh. I don't think Terrorblade is the call this game.
10 seconds remaining.
I think Terrorblade is
5
going to get
seconds
wrecked on.
remaining.
I have been wrong before. I mean, look at game number 1. I thought PTFO was going to win that with their team fight. But I did say if WSS did focus those 2 heroes that they would win every single team fight. So, I'm going to say, regardless of the last
Dire
hero
team
pick
ban.
and the ban, I think WSS has team fights. Just because I love Terrorblade, but I do not see him performing well this game. You have the Pudge,
10 seconds
or the
remaining.
Dismember, you have the Vengeful Spirit Magic Missile, you have the Tide Hunter Ravage,
5
you have
seconds
Luna
remaining.
Mini Stun. I mean, you just have a massive team that has all stuns lined up. And they're going to have to cancel it. I mean, they can cancel the Pudge Dismember, but they can't cancel the Venge and the Tide.
Radiant team pick.
Terrorblade's going to be in for a tough time. We do have Gyrocopter coming out for PTFO. So it does look like their lineup could be Gyro mid, Terrorblade, Jakiro bottom with Roaming Tusk, and Puck offlane. Where for WSS, we're going to be seeing Luna Venge, safe lane, Pudge, Roam, starting in the safe lane, trying to get that rot early kill, Tide Hunter in the off lane. And if I was WSS, I would look for another peeler for Luna / Stunner. So maybe a Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight could be good here. Ember Spirit,
Choose
okay.
your hero.
I mean, definitely not a bad pick. We will see what happens in this game number 2 between WSS and PTFO. Will PTFO be able to tie the series up 1-1, bringing a game number 3 underway? Or will WSS say no to PTFO and say it is our time to shine and take this series 2-0, advancing to the round of 8? Let's give some applause, everybody. Woo! I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was pretty. That's all that counts, right? As long as I think it's pretty good. Okay, and we are commencing game number 2.
Prepare for battle.
Okay, so it does look like Gyro is going mid. Puck does look like he will be going off Terrorblade. Okay, there we go. Ember Spirit middle. Venge Pudge. Luna bottom. With the Tide Hunter off.
Seconds to battle.
Okay, so we do have a smoke top for PTFO. Saying, you know what, we're going to try for this bounty rune. Tide might be able to break this, and he does break the smoke. Gyro does get the homing missile off, but will it be enough to actually hit?
The battle
Does get stunned up, and it does look like they will get the rune. So we do have bottom rune. just standing there. Pudge, Venge, and Luna decided not to go for it. So we still have one rune on the field. This is funny. This is really, really funny. And Puck actually gets it for his team. Another 40 gold in the way for PTFO. And you guys are gonna have to excuse me 1 second. I just got a important email. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna leave the camera right there. Oh. Lovely. Okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the email I was waiting for. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We are back to the game. We have Ember and Gyrocopter mid. I'm going to have to give this early laning phase to the Gyrocopter just because he can harass Ember with that homing missile and rocket barrage. We do have a disconnect from the Luna. We do have an immediate pause. So we do have a tri-lane, Venge, Pudge, and Luna. Now, keep in mind, Venge and Pudge, both of these are really good roamers and can catch people off guard. Gyro really doesn't have an escape. Does have that rocket barrage, so they'll have to make sure they do it with inner creep wave so they don't take that full amount of burst damage. But Puck, I don't see Puck really dying as long as he plays it correctly. But definitely Luna should be getting free farm 24/7 down here with the denies. Meanwhile, Tide, Tusk, Terrorblade, Jakiro top lane. Now, I think this will be a hard lane for Tidehunter, just because there will be Metamorphosis, there will be Dual Breath with Liquid Fire soon, and there will be Shards with Snowball. So Tidehunter really has to be careful not getting caught out and feeding too much to the Terrorblade. So really, I think we're going to be seeing kills top and possibly middle, as long as Gyrocopter can get those homing missiles to connect out of the tower range. So right now, Ember is actually ahead in last hits to the Gyro, doubling his last hits. We're gonna watch mid lane for a bit until something else decides to happen. Humming missile connecting on the Ember Spirit, putting that flame guard up, resisting that little bit of damage. I believe this is, oh, this is magical. Ooh, that could be pretty good. I did not know that rocket barrage was magical. Learn something new every day, guys. So it does look like Tusk is roaming. Does have that level 2. We may be seeing a kill attempt on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit does get that flame guard off and running. If Gyrocopter can actually get him, and it just looks like the shards coming out, trapping the Ember Spirit, the homing missile coming in, but will it be enough in time? And it does look like the rotate from Pudge. Homing missile does quite a bit of damage. Pudge does cancel his TP, but Ember Spirit will be fine, and it does look like he will be able to salve up. But a very nice gank attempt, and I believe we will be seeing another one here in a second. I don't think it's going to be doing quite a bit, but we will find out. Meanwhile, we do have Luna at the top with 17 last hits and 9 denies, 10 denies. This is one nice thing. If Luna gets a lane, man, she is so good at last hitting. I love playing Luna and last hitting with her. We do have a snowball on the Tidehunter. I totally missed where he was going. The dual breath does connect. The shards coming out on the Tidehunter, but Tide, actually, there's no follow-up to liquid fire coming out on Tide, and Tide getting awfully low, but it will not be enough to bring him down. Ember Spirit is actually doing really well against this Gyro mid. Using that flame guard properly. Oh, he does take a couple tower hits. And this homing missile is going to connect with no flame guard. There is a illusion top, and Ember will be able to bottle that. So He will have the regen that Gyrocopter does not. Pudge did smoke, so this could be a kill on Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter does not have enough regen to stay in lane against the Ember and Pudge tower diving, especially with the illusion rune. You're gonna want to watch out for this. Pudge waiting patiently, saying, you know what, he pushes, but Gyro does salve up, does have enough mana for a homing missile, but that's it. Or he can go rocket barrage and flat cannon. Pudge saying, you know what, I'm just gonna wait here. And it does look like another stack on the way for Vengeful Spirit. And I do like this. This is really cool. And it does look like Pudge actually gets a hook. The rocket barrage coming out. Pudge saying, you know what, I need to back off. The Venge getting the stun on the Gyrocopter. And it does look like he is trying to block. But it does look like the Gyrocopter speed will be enough to bring him out of harm's way. And Tusk is saying, you know what, I am here for you, brother. And it does look like Puck is dropping low to the auto attacks of Luna. It does look like Luna is maxing out the Luescent Beam first. Not a bad choice against the Puck, because Puck does have a low HP pool. And it does look like Venge will be chasing him off. Meanwhile, we do have 33-14. So both carriers are pretty neck and neck with their stuff. Metamorphosis coming out from the Terrorblade, trying to do some damage to that tower. First Blood has not been awarded yet, so both teams really got to be careful. That First Blood is going to get in that danger zone to give the teams that extra edge. Terrorblade doing what damage he can with the Liquid Fire and the Metamorphosis. Tidehunter getting awfully low with the Metamorphosis, and it looks like a rotate from the Pudge does not have enough for that meat hook. Does have a Clarity coming. Does use the Shrine, will have full mana. And this tower is getting awfully low. The hook, can he do it? A huge hook on the Terrorblade. Terrorblade, no Metamorphosis up, trying to run back. The tower is actually... Okay, the Dire do get the tower, and it does look like Terrorblade will be getting away. The tower actually did not focus him. Very nicely done by Terrorblade, not hitting Pudge or Tidehunter, making that tower attack him. Because one or two shots, and I think Tide and Pudge would have actually committed to that. Humming Missile coming out on Ember, but the Flame Guard blocking the damage. And it does look like the haste by Ember. Ember saying, you know what? I am going for it. The call down by the Gyrocopter. And it does look like Ember will be running away. The dual breath does hit, but only the movement speed, not the damage. And it does look like Ember will be going back to safety. Does have that Remnant charge, so he will be coming back to lane immediately following. I think he should have waited another half a second and got that Flame Guard, so he would have had that and had full mana. But you know what, that's fine. So right now, we do say a 1k net worth, basically just because they got that tier 1 top. And they actually pick up all 4 bounty runes. And it does look like Ember does get stunned up by the Gyro, but there is really no damage follow-up right now. So, I mean, Ember I don't think has to be worried at this point in time. Gyrocopter is winning the lane because he does have those denies. But there are 3 men middle, and this could be an attempt on Gyro's life. Gyro getting awfully low, the meat hook coming out, and Ember does draw First Blood with that triple Remnant. And he does pop that regen rune, so he will be back to full health. Very nicely done with the Venge and Pudge rotate. Pudge didn't do anything, but, you know, he was there for moral support. That's all you really need. And it does look like we do have team fight maybe occurring bottom. We do have Ravage up. We do have Soul Ring.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Terrorblade doing his thing, pushing top with Metamorphosis. Tier 2 falling halfway down. Meanwhile, they are all bottom. And this will actually fall. A Tier 2 tower at 9 minutes and 42 seconds. And Terrorblade is not going to let up. He's going to press. He's got about a fourth left on his Metamorphosis. And he's saying, you know what, guys? You guys are either going to TP back or you're going to lose some health on this tower. And 200 damage on this top tower almost. Very well played by Terrorblade. Meanwhile, Luna almost has Mask of Madness. Terrorblade almost has his Dragon Lance.
Never refuse good.
Ooh, those stacks. Oh, Puck actually scouts the stacks, and we will have flat cannon, and it does look like Gyro will be able to take this the call down coming on, and very nicely done by the Gyro, taking those stacks from the Luna, making sure Luna does not get those stacks, and it does look like Tusk will be going down, trying to get that kill on the Luna. The Shrine is up, and it does look like Luna will be perfectly fine. That BM hook. This could be this Luna does not have Eclipse, does have level 4. But Gyrocopter will be falling back. And it does look like we do have quite a bit of stacks for Luna to take. Puck TPing out, realizing he is in harm's way. No Ravage as of yet. Ember Spirit getting harassed a little bit by the TB. TB falling quite a bit low. Not too much to worry about. I hate when that happens.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Jakiro harassing the Luna just a wee bit. Don't think there really is anything Jakiro can do against the Luna. We do have 3 bottom. Maybe an attempt on Luna's life. Luna does have to be careful, and it does look like the coil does come out. Oh man, that's a huge death for WSS. They really have to be careful about the Luna. There's so much magical damage from the Puck early game, especially when you snap that Dream Coil. The silence coming out on the Vengeful Spirit, and it does look like Venge is dropping awfully low. The Puck does do the illusionary orb, and it does look like Venge will live to see another day with 30 health, and that bottom tower does go down. Gosh, Terrorblade, man, he's doing his thing. He's like, you know what? We just need to take these towers. We need to push them early game, and we need to take this game quick and easily so we have that momentum going into game number 3. We do have a Battle Fury almost complete by Ember Spirit. Does have double damage equipped right now. Puck going for that Blink Yules. Pretty standard by that. Mask of Madness phase boots on the Gyrocopter. And it does look like Puck will be TPing out. Okay, if we take a look at the net worth, we will see TB is at the top with 6k, 5k with Ember, Luna close behind with 5k, and then Gyro at 4.8. I'd like to see if it shows. If 118 gold, and okay, it does show on the Venge how much she did get for that. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. I mean, it's not a lot, but for a support, every little bit counts. And that's pretty cool. I do like that fact that they did put that in there. Because right now she's making a little bit of money. I mean, and you know, she's buying wards, so that's really cool. I like how they did that for the supports. It makes it so you have that little incentive that you want to stack for your carry.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, he does not get the bonus. And it does look like we do have a team fight mid to call down on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit actually trying to get hooked away, but it will not be enough. And it does look like he does go down. Gyrocopter getting immediately low. The wave of terror coming out. And it does look like they will be trying to save him. The chase is on, but the Vengeful Spirit does die in the chase, and Pudge is in Roach Pit. He does hook the Gyrocopter to kill him, but Pudge is in deep, and it does look like the snowball stunning him up. Pudge rotting himself away, but Tusk does get the kill with the Walrus Punch. And it does look like this mid tier 1 may be falling to PTFO. Luna does have Eclipse, and it does look like Eclipse. Ooh, that snowball. It will not be enough, but there is quite a bit of damage on the Venge. Venge almost dropping, but again, living with 30 HP. And it does look like we still have the Eclipse on the Luna. And Ember is back up, and it does look like Jakiro will fall. But you know what? They got the tier 1 tower, and they're going to back from this. Dragon Lance on Luna. And as you can see, we do have Dire Wards up and running. I believe this one is not blocking. Very nicely done. Okay, so basically, if I am WSS and Team WSS, who am I looking to swap? I'm looking to swap the Terrorblade and immediately stunning him, trying to get him out of fights so he does not metamorphose, stay in the back, and pick off people. I think Terrorblade is top priority, along with Puck and Jakiro. Puck is a little more hard to control. The Dream Coil onto, they both snap the Dream Coil. Venge getting awfully low, will not be lucky to survive against the Walrus Punch this time. Humming Missile coming out on the Pudge. Pudge running back to base, tier 3s, and they're like, we're not diving that deep. And they do run back for another day. Battle Fury on the Ember Spirit, almost has his boots of travel to split push. But like I was saying, you're looking to focus and kill the TB, Jakiro, and Puck. Tusk is just really hard at this point with the snowball. And I feel like Gyrocopter, yes, he does quite a bit of damage, but he doesn't do the damage like TB does with his Metamorphosis. So they want to bring him down, and it does look like another tier 2 tower will be falling. Oh no! That Ravage! A horrible Ravage! Venge going down, Tidehunter getting silence, and death. Just death. Death all around. Metamorphosis about halfway, a little less. And they could be doing quite a bit of pressure on this tier 3 tower at 18 minutes. The fort does come out. The Mask of Madness by the Gyro. The hook on the Puck. And it does look like they will stay, do a bit more damage. Oh, that was a huge, huge hit by the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit does have 2 spirits, and he will be TPing mid. And the Terrorblade does manage to get out of there alive. Double damage on a Gyrocopter, but Gyrocopter falling back only has 243 health. And Ember Spirit, man, he's one hero that you do not want to play against late game. I don't care who you are. He's so annoying to play against. Like, he's kind of like a Tinker in that aspect. Like, he's here 1 minute, he's not. He's gone, he's here. Like, he just can't make up his mind. Trying to pick the Gyro, but Gyro does manage to get away unscathed from when he left the team fight. Okay, Gyrocopter just over here farming away with the flat cannon. That's a huge radius. I didn't realize how huge that was. We do have this snowball and engagement by the Tuss. Tuss does fall down by that Waller's punch. The deny on the Pudge. Very nicely done by the Pudge. Preventing that gold swing to the Jakiro. And they are pinging, saying, you know what, there's a ward up here somewhere. Can we get rid of that? We do have a smoke on the Jakiro. Maybe a 3-man smoke. We'll see. The flat cannon coming out by the Gyrocopter, doing quite a bit of damage to all the creeps. And it does look like Gyro is getting pretty scary too. So your call is, okay, I would push all the lanes in for PTFO, and I would go Roche. Yes, there is Tide, Ember, and Luna, but as long as all the lanes are pushed, you will see them coming with a ward where they have it. Almost about to die, but they definitely need to make something happen. Because WSS, the longer they go, they do have a Luna, Tide, and a Ember. So they really have to be careful about how they play it. And here we go. They are lining up for Roche, like I said. And Roche should fall fairly quickly with this team comp. Gyrocopter with the Rocket Barrage, the Mask of Madness. And this Roche will be uncontested. As long as they stay in the pit. They do not stay in the pit. The circle does spot, and they will be going, but it will not be in time. Roche will fall to PTFO, snatching that, or getting that Aegis for Gyro. And Ember Spirit is caught out. This could be a huge kill. The Ravage on all 5. The hook shot on the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter losing that Aegis, does get the call down. And the mech coming out. The Luna Eclipse, and Luna will be melting to the Terror Blade, and it just looks like Jakiro and Tuss do go down. Pudge trying to hold the Gyro in place. The swap coming out, and it does look like Gyro will lose his life as well. That is 2 lives on Jakiro. A double kill for Ember Spirit. Very nicely done by WSS. And gosh, that looked really, really bad for WSS to start off. Ember Spirit getting caught out, but somehow managed to recover, picking the Gyrocopter off early in the team fight, so that way they could make that space. Yes, they did lose the Luna early in the fight, but she did get her Eclipse off to deal that damage. And they did buy Ember space with that Tide, that 4-man. It might have been a 5-man Ravage. I'm not positive if Gyro was hooked out, but either way, I mean, it was just devastating. So this will be a tier 2 in favor for WSS. And I think with that, they're happy and they're going to back. Ember Spirit getting a little cocky, TPing right in the midst of the lane. I'm not sure if that was the wisest idea, but hey, it worked, right?
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
So Ember Spirit, will he be getting a second Chrysalis, or will he be getting more damage? We'll find out. Haste hooked by Pudge. And I think they need to wait for the Ravage in 40 seconds and fight another team fight. PTFO does spot the Tide. Tide does blink back to safety. Maybe a smoke, trying to get a pick off. We do have an illusion rune. Pudge does hook that as well. Pudge takes it. So as we can see, Ember and Luna are now almost at the top of net worth, behind the Terrorblade at 12,000. Terrorblade, let's see, he's got his Manta, which honestly, like I said, I don't see Terrorblade fully functioning to the best of his abilities the later this goes on, because Ember Spirit, I mean, does ridiculously amount of damage to Terrorblade and his illusions. So it's like he's really got to be careful. Macropyre, just for the farm and to keep the lane pushed.
Speedy rune of haste.
Okay, we do have an engagement. Call down coming out. There is no Eclipse. Luna immediately getting picked off before the Eclipse coming down. Does look like Luna and Pudge. I don't know where my mind was that fight. Immediately picked off. Ember Spirit's really got to be careful. It does look like the spell shield is up and running. Flame Guard, sorry about that. Does look like he will be TPing back. Does get a bit of damage off before running back. Does look like the magic missile from Benj will be enough to bring Puck down. Metamorphosis is still down. They really have to be careful about this. The swap on the Terrorblade. Terrorblade does have Sunder left. Will be sundering the Tidehunter. Tidehunter really has to be careful here. And it does look like it will be going down before the Sunder coming out. That is a huge kill. A team wipe in favor for WSS. Picking off the Terrorblade before the Sunder coming out. And Ravage was not even used. So sorry about missing that early fight with the Luna Pudge dying and the Gyro Tusk dying. Which made it a 3v3 essentially. Ember Spirit was really, really low though. So, I mean, they made out in that fight, keeping Ravage. And I think they can definitely fight high ground with this Ravage still intact. Flame Guard calling out. The call down, and it does look like Gyro is falling awfully low. Almost dying. Oh, not quite though. And it does look like the Sleight of Fist. He will be saved for another day. The Ravage is still there. Will he be using it? No, he will be TPing out. And the Sleight of Fist actually misses everybody. Double damage on the Luna. Tidehunter already TP'd out though. And it does look like they will be backing for another day, even when Luna does have the double damage. But Ember Spirit is able to come back in with full HP and full mana, so maybe this push will continue. Like I said, Luna does have DD. It would be a shame to waste it without getting some tower damage.
Are scanning.
Call down is ready now. Macropyre is not ready for another 30 seconds. Dream Coil will be up and running in 15. Tidehunter will be up with Ravage in about 10 seconds here. And I'm going to say the next creep wave, he's going to blink in and try to do what he can to get this party started. And depending on this Ravage, this could be a Rax, possibly two. If we check the buyback status, which is somewhere here, we do have Gyro and Tusk, and that's it. So they need to be careful. We do have a smoke gang coming out, and Ember Spirit being frozen up. The silence to call down Ember Spirit instantly melting to PTFO. And that is the pickoff that they needed to engage in these fights. Now, Terrorblade has free round as of right now. There is buyback on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit going a Yules, realizing, wow, there's a lot of silence and stun on this team. So maybe Yules is the best bet for me. And Ember Spirit might have to buy back. I don't think he will need... Metamorphosis is up. Dream Coil's up. Call Down will be up in 10. So Ember Spirit might have to call back. Buy back. And the hook actually connects on the Puck. Puck does escape with his life. The snowball coming out. The call down on just the Pudge. The Pudge almost falling down. They eclipse the Tidehunter Ravage. The buyback on the Ember. Puck falling, almost dying. And he does phase shift out. Will it be enough? The Yules, and he will be able to get away with 40 HP. Ember Spirit. Oh. Does have one more though. TB does escape. And it does look like Puck will escape with his life, and Ember Spirit just kind of hanging out at the top saying, oh yeah, pretty sight. Roche is now up. Look at these hearts. I like these hearts. This is such pretty hearts. How do you get hearts? I want hearts. And it does look like Roche will fall. That is Aegis and Cheese. Aegis going in way of Ember Spirit. Cheese going in favor of Tidehunter. Tide does not have Ravage for another 80 seconds. Eclipse down for 70 seconds. So their big team fights are kind of on cooldown. So they do need to be careful about pushing high ground. Because they kind of rely on Ravage to make space for Luna and Ember Spirit. Gyrocopter able to clear that wave pretty easily. As you can see, all Raxes are pretty much, or all towers are pretty much open except this bottom for the Radiant side. And both teams are pretty good at taking the base really fast. Especially when you have Metamorphosis up for Terrorblade. And you have Luna, which glaives are insane. So
Never refuse good.
I'm not too sure about this Orchid's pickup. I think Terrorblade, what he needed this game was a BKB. Especially with the Eclipse, the Tide Ravage, Venge, Magic Missile. I mean, there's a lot to BKB off. And he definitely needed more health. Ice Scotty is amazing on him. I don't think Orchids was the right call. Maybe he did it for the Ember Spirit. And it does look like Gyro will be caught out. And it does look like the hook will not be able to connect on the Gyro. That would have been a huge kill in favor for WSS as they pushed high ground. The Sleight of Fist on the Jakiro. Jakiro using immediately, making sure he does not get caught. And it does look like we will be seeing Tusk with that. And it does look like the silence coming out on the Ember Spirit. The Ember Spirit not going to Yules himself, saying, you know what? I'm not in fear of dying, so I'm not going to Yules. And we're just going to keep pressuring this. They're like, you know what? Our tier 2 is under attack, but you know what? A tier 3 Rax is worth this. Macropire does come out, so the creep wave will be going down. The hook on the Jakiro. Jakiro instantly dropping. And Luna is on a killing spree. Ember force-staffing himself out. The call down on the Ember. Ember Spirit getting out of there with one of his remnants. Another hook, but it does not catch anything. And it does look like he will be engaging again. Quite a big creep wave top. Does look like Luna will be hitting this tower.
and the tower will be dropping, so the Raxes are open, and this is where Luna gets dangerous, because now they are glaving all throughout the base, and it does look like mid-Rax will be falling. Luna is backing out, does have that BKB. And here we go. The Ravage only connects on one, I believe. The Eclipse coming out. Gyrocopter melting to the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit falling back, and that Snowball coming out. Tusk blinking back, and it does look like this might be 2 sets of rack. Puck falling back. The swap coming out on the Tusk. Tusk immediately falling. Ember getting a double kill. And it does look like they will retreat for the time being. But no, Ember Spirit saying, you know what, let's go back in. The silence on the Ember Spirit. The Yule's coming out. And it does look like Puck will be focused on. Ember Spirit getting a triple kill. Terrorblade going in. Ember Spirit going back to the base. Getting full house, full mana, and coming back with his Remnant charge. And it does look like Luna will be taking that 125 gold. Going bottom lane, trying to get that, but no! Oh no, the Terrorblade getting hooked, and it does look like Terrorblade going out, and the GG is called. WSS take this series 2-0, and they do manage to shut down PTFO. Well played by both teams. WSS taking this series 2-0 to a close. Very well played by both teams.